Every now and then we come across something really special. Sitting in this garage, we found a 1958 Chevrolet Impala that's been off the road for over 40 years. Look at those beautiful curves, that amazing, iconic back end. Other than being dirty and faded, simply put, this car is beautiful. And in this video, we're gonna pull it out of the garage, completely detail it, and try to restore it back to its former glory, and surprise its new owner with the final result.
No way. All right, here we go. Let's see.
Oh, man.
Wow.
This thing's much larger than I thought it would be.
It's a 58, which I guess is the first year that they ever made an Impala. Right after they, the 57 Chevy Bel Air, this is the 58 Chevy Impala. I always got confused whether it was a Bel Air or an Impala. They seem to be interchangeable, but this thing's gorgeous. My favorite part of the whole entire car is the rear end here.
Taillights are sweet. The top of the car, that scoop. I've not seen anything like that on a lot of
It looks like
cars.
an air intake, but it's facing the wrong way, so maybe it's when you drive in reverse really fast? I don't know. It's a beautiful color, too. Look at this green. This has been sitting here for 40 years. Let's pop the door and take a look at the interior. I'm curious, because they always had such class, and I feel like they just had more personality than the interiors now. Everyone goes with a cream or black or a white interior. So
This is gonna be matching. It's gotta be. It is.
Oh wow, look at that, Brent.
Dude, you gotta
green on green.
You gotta look at the gas pedal. It's the best gas pedal.
You see it?
That's great.
Look at that. I guess that's probably aftermarket. I don't know if that's an OEM Chevy part. But this car is beautiful, and I guess it has a really good story. So let's go ahead and grab the owners and get some information on it. Guys, really quick, if you missed our video last week, you might not know that we are giving away a C6 Z06 Corvette. Yes, this is the one with the 7-liter LS7 V8 that makes 505 horsepower, and it is covered head to toe in PPF, so you don't have to worry about rock chips or scratches on the paint when you're ripping down the highway. And it also comes with a Corsa exhaust that sounds amazing. And we're giving it away to one of you that purchases any of our detailing supplies that we manufacture right here in Cleveland, Ohio, or buys any of our microfiber or merchandise that's on our website. And right now is one of the best times to get entered for the Z06 because we are running a 30 times multiplier site-wide, which means every dollar you spend gets you 30 entries. If you spend $100, you'll get 3,000 entries and have that much better of a chance of winning this Corvette. Oh yeah, and the whole entire site is 10% off, but this is only going to last for a few more days from the launch of this video. So don't wait too long, go to wdautosupply.com or click the link in the description, go buy some detailing supplies or merchandise, and get entered because this is a dream car and it could end up in your garage. All right, guys, I'm here with Gene, who is the owner of this Impala. I gotta say, this is a beautiful car. Really, thank you for having us out here to pick it up and take it all the way back to Cleveland to clean it. But whose car was it?
It was my father's car. We got it in 1968, and we lived in Chicago, and he was able to get it in 68, or 67, I should say.
So what's the story on the car? How did it get here?
We originally lived in Chicago there, and we moved there in 67. And my father picked it up the same year that we moved there. He was, like I say, a coal miner, and he ended up with black lung emphysema. In '83, he passed away. And that's when I moved from Chicago to Round Lake Beach here with my mom. And she gave me the car because she was the owner of it. And that's where you'll see the plates on the front there. That's the year that I brought it out here. The story with my father, he was always there when he was battling the cancer. He was always fooling with the car, detailing, changing the wheels out. I was a UPS driver, a young UPS driver, and I'd come home from work and I'd see him out there with the dog, and he smoked a Prince Albert in a can. It looked like you're rolling the joint. Yeah. And I'd come in and say, "Hey, Dad, what are you doing?" He says, just cleaning the car up a little bit. I said, "Wasn't you doing that yesterday?" He says, "Yeah, this is my love right here. This is my car."
Oh, man.
Yeah, he passed away with cancer in '83, I think it was. And I moved here in '85, and it hasn't been moved since. I was the last one to drive it from Chicago to here.
This car's been here since 1985?
85.
And
it's the last time it was driven.
Has it run since then, too?
No.
Or it hasn't run, hasn't been driven,
no.
It's sat in this.
The original miles is 27,000.
27,000 miles.
Yes.
So how come you never took it out?
I just never, as a UPS driver, so busy with other parts of my life. That was my goal when I retired, was to restore it, and just never got around to it or had the money to put into it. Now Travis, the one that I'm giving it to, my nephew,
oh,
he's a car guy.
Oh, cool.
And I said, it's going to sit here and rot if I don't let him have it. And when he was a little kid, he would always come over and he'd look and he said, "Oh man, I love this car."
Well, it sounds like your dad, he obviously had
my
great,
dad, this was his life right here.
yeah,
This car,
great taste in cars, and I mean, we're car guys too.
He called it the hardtop 58 because these windows all laid down.
Yeah.
He goes, "Son, do you know what they call this, don't you?" And I says, "No." He said, "They call it the hardtop convertible." And that's just because all of these
Yeah,
windows,
it's got no B-pillar.
Yeah, they all go down.
Yeah, the fact that, you know, your mom never sold it and you don't want to sell it and staying in the family for your nephew to restore, I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yes.
So I really appreciate the trust and faith that you have in us transporting this safely and cleaning it up for you guys. We're going to make you and your dad and your nephew proud.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it when you guys get finished with it.
Before we load up the car, I guess there are some items in the trunk that need to be removed before we take the car. So we're going to grab Travis, who is the nephew who is inheriting this car and going to be restoring it, to help us out and I guess tell us what he has planned for the car. All right, guys, this is Travis, who is going to be inheriting the Impala. We have a bunch of stuff back here, and you want to grab it all before we take it back to Cleveland?
Yeah, Grandpa was a pack rat, apparently, like me. My garage is full of basically this kind of stuff, so it runs in the family.
Yeah. Yeah, my grandfather and father are the same way. This stuff is pretty darn cool.
Yeah, it's been in here since, you know, the 60s. It's been untouched pretty much.
Yeah, it looks like it, and some of it's brand new. Although I don't think these gaskets are gonna work anymore. They look a little bent out of shape, but
Yeah, I don't know about these either.
Oh,
These might be
those
some
like-
oldies. That
I was gonna say that
threw
it's
in
swapped
here.
out.
Yeah, so we'll get all this stuff cleared out and ready for you guys, but
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. We usually have to dig all this stuff out at the shop, so it's nice to be able to do it here.
Yeah.
But I got to know, what are the plans for the car after we're done cleaning up? You plan on keeping the paint like this? Do you plan on swapping the engine or keeping it all numbers matching?
yeah, so this is, it's gonna stay looking just like this, except for the wheels and suspension. I'm gonna put new wheels on them. I'm gonna do the suspension a little raked out, some fat wheels in the back, skinnies up front, and make it like a little hot rodder. But,
Yeah.
keep the exterior pretty much exactly like it is. It was repainted at one time. It was initially this lighter green color here.
And what's the goal? Drive the car shows on Sundays with the windows down?
Absolutely. I have a daughter just who was just born, and then I have another one on the way. So
Oh, congrats.
car shows with them. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be our summer cruising mobile. Get away from the minivan for a little bit, you know?
Heck yeah, well, you get to make even more memories and then hopefully be able to, you know, hand it down to one of them, and it just keeps going, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the plan, man. It's I already have all the parts. I have, you know, it's gonna sound good. I got long tube headers for it, new carburetor, new exhaust on the way, pretty much everything to get it back and running. Once you guys drop it back off, it's go time. This
Awesome.
whole winter, yeah, it's on.
Cool, man. Well, yeah, it's the best time to work on it in winter. That way you're not itching to drive it, you know?
Exactly.
Absolutely. I appreciate you letting us be a part of the restoration. Let's go ahead and
Absolutely.
clean this up, and then we got to get this in the trailer and head back to Cleveland.
Now, before we load this car into our trailer, as you guys can see, this tire has seen better days, and to avoid any damage to the paint on this car, we're gonna switch out for a new rim and tire that they have sitting right there.
Now, while we get these tires switched out and get this car loaded up into our trailer, first of all, I want to say thank you guys for all the continued support we've had lately. It means the world to us, and we're so close to 1.4 million subscribers on this channel, so if you're not subscribed, please take a second and hit that subscribe button, because for the rest of November, we have some videos that are coming out that nobody has ever made in the history of YouTube that you do not want to miss. But I also want to ask the question of the video, so leave your answers in the comments below. Since this car is going to be handed to Travis from his uncle, but it was originally his grandfather's, what is one thing that you remember of your grandfather's that maybe you were given, or a fond memory you have of your grandfather that you'll always take with you? Leave a comment below.
All right, the Impala's all loaded up, and we figured it'd be a good time to let you guys know that we are traveling all over the US looking for cars like this, enthusiast vehicles that are extremely dirty that we can feature on the channel. So if you have anything that is an enthusiast vehicle that's dirty and has a really good story to it, email us here or DM us on Instagram and let us know what you have, where the car is located, and we might just come out, pick the car up, and detail it completely for free and feature it here on the channel. But now we have to drive 6 hours all the way back to Cleveland, so let's go.
All right, we're back at the shop, and you guys have already seen the condition of this car. We have a lot of work ahead of us, and we're behind because we had to drive all the way back from Chicago, which was about 6 hours, and we didn't get home until 1:30 in the morning last night. So we're gonna hop right into the detail, and RJ's not here today, so it's just Mike and I. We're gonna start with the wheels, and I think we're actually gonna show you guys how we clean up this rear one because it still has this blue protectant on it. So we're gonna show you how we get these looking presentable for the road again.
All right, now we're gonna move to the engine bay of this Impala. And we have a V8 here. I am not sure which model V8 this is. It could be a 283 or a 348. I'm guessing this is the 283, but hopefully we can learn more about this engine when Adam comes here, because we're gonna try to get this thing running. First things first, before I get started cleaning this engine bay, I gotta get this air cleaner off of here. There's no bolt over here, so it might just pop right off, I think. And which it does, the top. We have a different style of air cleaner here. This is an oil air cleaner. And I can only imagine why they stopped using these. These are air cleaners that are just filled with oil, so there's actually no filter whatsoever. There is a oil level that you just add oil to. As the engine pulls in air, it cycles through this oil and gets cleaned that way. You don't often see cars with this, but to see one still intact and still on the car is pretty cool. With that off, we can see that this is a 2-barrel carb on this car, which means it's definitely the 283, which means this had about 185 horsepower. Now the top of the line Impala of the day had about 300 horsepower. So this one wasn't the slowest one you can get, because you can get an inline 6. Although that this was one of the slower V8s, hopefully we can have Adam get this thing started, and then luckily Travis has some modification that he wants to throw on this V8, which is gonna be pretty sweet. With all that being said, I gotta get this carb covered up, and then I gotta start getting this engine bay clean.
All right, guys, Adam's here now, and before we do the interior of the car, Adam, I have to ask you, what do you think of this awesome homemade carpet?
The 70s called and they want their carpet back.
What do you mean, dude? It's really cool.
Not my thing.
Okay, what about that pedal, the gas pedal?
No, that's pretty cool.
Have you ever seen those before?
Yeah, in a movie.
I've never seen that.
What about Joe Dirt?
I haven't seen Joe Dirt.
Never seen Joe Dirt?
No.
He had to borrow a car as he was getting one of those installed in his Hemi.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to watch it now then. Anyways, let's go to the engine and maybe you can tell me a little bit about it as we try to get this Impala to run.
All right, so it looks like we have a small block Chevy. I'm guessing a 283. Really straightforward, really easy to work with. Let's see if it turns over first. So, oh, look at that.
Oh, that's simple. So now when you're actually turning it, are we looking to see if it turns? I was looking right here. Is that what we're looking at, or the fan, or what?
So we're actually looking to see if this crank pulley down here is turning, but it's gonna turn everything. I'm turning the fan, which is connected to the alternator, or this really isn't technically an alternator, this is a generator. And it's connected down here. Sometimes you'll get some slippage, so that's not necessarily the easiest way to do it, but this car sets it up and makes it very easy to do, and is turning over perfectly.
So what's the next step?
Well, let's see if it's got oil in it. Alrighty, pull this dipstick out. It's got oil.
That's really dark.
It's pretty dark, but
That is very dark.
next is we're gonna hook up some power and see if we can't get it to turn over by itself. All right, we got a battery hooked up. Let's see if this thing's gonna crank. Look at that.
Instantly.
Instantly. That's a really good sign. Next, let's go ahead and disconnect the fuel line off of the fuel pump, hook up our own fuel line, can of gas, give it a little squirt, see if it's gonna run. Check out what I found. So this is actually part of the fuel line, and it's so corroded and old that it just snaps apart. Looking at that and a lot of other potential issues with this car, I think we're only gonna get to the point of trying to see if this thing's gonna run. We don't have brakes, we don't have multiple other things. And as you can see, this car is gonna need a lot of small odds and ends just to make sure it's safe to get back out on the road. We got Brent in the car. He's gonna be hitting the key for us. Let's go ahead and give it a little bit of starting fluid. Alrighty. Hold up. I don't think we have spark. Let's go ahead and test for that real quick. All right, go ahead and hit the key. We have no spark. After digging into our no spark issue, we have a new distributor that's gonna go in place, and this should solve all of our problems. We got the new distributor in place, we have a new coil, and I went ahead and put some new plug wires on here. We have spark, so now it's time to see if we can get it to run a little bit on some starting fluid and hopefully pump some gas from the gas can behind me. Hold up.
Okay, we got something. What was that smell? What does that smell?
Probably whatever's blowing through the exhaust.
Okay, let's do it. It smells like burning pizza. Let's go! It made a noise. That's sick.
We got it to run. Is it a little smoky back there?
No, not at all. Up there it is, not back here.
I bet you there's probably a hole in the exhaust somewhere. I think I saw one when I was under there.
That's probably what I'm smelling. It came out right here.
So we got it to run.
Oh my gosh, dude, it's so strong right here. All right, guys, Adam got it to start. What do you think, Adam?
It's great. It sounded pretty good just on starting fluid. The one thing I'm not seeing is any fuel in the filter, and I'm pretty sure that pump's gonna be bad, because remember seeing those fuel lines, they were all rusty and crusty. So I bet you that pump's bad. So that's kind of gonna wrap that up for this car, because we're just kind of running out a little bit of time this week. It's good to see it run.
Yeah, and it's okay because Travis has a bunch of parts in his garage anyways, and he's gonna get this whole engine redone and get it back on the road.
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
But thank you for all your help. You're the best, and more adventures to come soon.
Moving on to the interior of this Impala and its classic Chevrolet all the way through. It kind of reminds me a lot of like a diner type of vibe, and I really like that. And I also always love how they have the color matched interior to the exterior. I think it makes the car have so much more personality than having just a plain black interior or brown or whatever other color. Some things I think that are interesting about this one is definitely the aftermarket foot pedal for the gas. I've never actually seen one in person, but I've seen stuff like that in movies, and I think that's absolutely hilarious. Also, if you look down, this carpet does not belong in this Impala. It is some really ugly green that's from a house or something like that. Now, the owner wants us to just chuck this in the garbage. He wants us to get rid of it so we won't have to clean that, and he's gonna put a whole new upholstery on the bottom of this car, just new carpet in this thing. Another thing I love in these old classic Chevys, and a lot of old classics of the day, is having an actual bench seat in the front. I know it's not the safest thing in the world, but I think it is just so cool that you can slide all the way in and out of the car and not have a big center console to be in your way of anything. Another interesting thing about this car is the clock is situated all the way over here. It has to be the farthest over a clock has ever been put in any car. I have no idea why it's all the way over there. It's like impossible to see from the driver's seat. Like you literally have to go like this if you want to check the time. So it's an interesting feature in an interesting car. But with all that being said, first things first, I gotta get this big old heavy bench seat out of here, and then we gotta get started on ripping this carpet out of this car. All right, now that we have the bench seat out, we can get a good look at this really ugly carpet and see what else we find in the interior. We have, looks like this helped change the oil. This as well, a jack for this car. This is what I found really interesting. It's an in memory of Elvis Presley. Pretty cool. 1977. First thing I need to do before removing the actual carpet is take off the sills. I've removed that sill already. I'm gonna grab the drill and remove this one. With these sills removed, I should be able to just pull this carpet out of here. So it actually looks like this foaming backing material to the carpet's in pretty good shape, so we're gonna leave this in and just vacuum up everything and make it fresh for when the owner wants to put in some fresh new carpet in here.
And now we're gonna take care of all of the chrome on this car, which there was a lot. And for that, we use 4-aught steel wool with some metal polish. Then we wipe it all clean away and then use isopropyl alcohol to take off the leftover residue and wipe that away, and it leaves us with a nice shine.
All right, now it's time to polish the Impala, and I couldn't be more excited because this paint's actually in really good shape outside of a couple bumps and bruises. But I mean, for its age, not too shabby. It's a single stage paint job, which means it's super soft, but also has a lot of oxidation. But the good news is that it's pretty easy to remove. So I'm going to use a light polish on a foam pad with a dual action polisher just to remove this top layer of oxidation and bring back that nice green paint that's underneath. And I actually did a spot over here just to test. And look at that. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a little scratched up, but the color difference is insane. And I think this car is really going to pop. So let's get to it. All right, guys, we are all the way back in Chicago because we just dropped off the Impala, but Travis hasn't seen it yet. So we put it inside his garage, shut the door, and now we're about to reveal it to him. Do you have any thoughts on what it might look like?
No, man, I've seen you guys' videos before, and I'm just excited. I know it's gonna look night and day different. I'm just pumped.
It definitely does. I'm excited for you to see it too. So I'll stop gabbing. Let's get this garage door up.
Sweet.
There we go.
No way. No way. Holy cow. That looks like a completely different car.
Not bad, right?
Holy cow. I have never seen it look like this, man. I've been seeing this thing my whole life, and it has never looked like this. This is insane. No way.
The paint's better than you thought, huh?
No, way better than I thought. I did not think there was any chance it was going to come out looking like this.
It was
Holy
pretty
cow.
faded, I won't lie, but after 3 or 4 hours of Mike and I polishing it, we really got it to clean
Oh
up
my
properly.
God. I cannot believe this. This is absolutely insane.
Yeah, and the interior, I think that's
Holy
the best part of the whole car.
Oh my goodness.
Now you did tell us to
Look
take the
at
carpet out, so obviously
Yeah,
that's all
no,
missing now. But the
absolutely.
rest of it is actually in really, really good shape, except for maybe a little glue here to push that back up.
Yeah.
But
No, man, that will be the fun part of this. That will be the project part, man. This thing is going in the right direction now. I'm speechless, man. This is fantastic.
well, we appreciate you trusting us with it. But like, how good does that look with the paint polish and the tires dressed and the
fits
red,
so perfect,
the red
man.
drum? But I mean, it looks so good.
Oh my goodness. I
Obviously,
can't
you
believe-
had seen it, right before we took
Yeah,
it out of there,
yeah.
since we had to swap over the wheels. But I mean, they really make the car.
I've pictured it sitting in this garage for years since we've been here, and we've been talking about it. And thank you guys so much for helping make it happen, man. It's incredible.
Absolutely. Hopefully, we made the family proud, made you proud.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, we made your grandfather proud, and that he's smiling up there, and then he'll smile the day you get to drive it down the driveway and onto the street with the kids.
Absolutely, man. I talked to my uncle. He's away for his birthday right now, but he is so pumped to get back tomorrow and come check this thing out first thing.
And thank you guys so much for watching. We truly appreciate all the support you guys give us. But if you want a Chevy yourself, in particular a Chevy Corvette, you can go to our website, wdautosupply.com. You can go purchase any of our detailing supplies and get 30 times entries as well as 10% off site-wide and get entered to win that Corvette. But we are actually on the way to Minnesota now because we found something insane out there. So we have another 5-hour drive. So we have to get back on the road, but you guys are going to want to subscribe so you can see what we have for you next week. We'll see you then.